Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today you will see that we're in a new environment, and if you are here for Foundation Friday, then you keep watching. We're talking about the new Laura Mercier foundation, but if you are one of my absolutely loving subscribers and you want to know what's been happening with me lately and where I've been, please stay tuned to the very end of the video and I have a special message for you. But let's get started. So we are actually going to be trying on the new Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Long Wearing Foundation. All right, so I am in 1N1. I ordered this off of Sephora's website for the Rouge sale, and I'm sure now everybody can get it, but it's been sitting with me for a little bit. Now, basically what the claims are is it's obviously a long-wearing foundation. It looks like she has over 20 shades, so that's awesome. 1 fluid ounce of product, and it can be full to medium coverage, and it says basically it's for all skin types. A 15-hour wear, oil-free, transfer-resistant, liquid foundation with a matte finish and weightless medium to full coverage. So it definitely has a matte finish to it, and we know, knowing me, I have kind of the normal to dry skin, so I'm not prepping my skin with anything. I don't have a primer on, but I am going to use my very favorite Smashbox priming water just to give the skin a little bit of hydration. I have prepped my skin with everything I normally do, and let's see how it works. So since it is a matte foundation, I am not going to try this with a brush, because I already know that a brush is going to make it probably too matte, too drying. It might stick to kind of some places on the skin. So we're just gonna go in with a beauty blender. And I have never touched this. You know, I usually like to try foundations first for you guys, but it just didn't work out recently about that. So we're just gonna try it, and we're gonna pick up a little bit on our beauty blender, and we are going to, let me see if I can get a mirror here. All right. We're just gonna start to bounce this all over the skin. Wow. Okay, so the coverage is absolutely beautiful. It is really, really, really pretty. It feels weightless on the skin, and I have barely had to use very much, even though I'm using a beauty blender and it kind of soaks up into the beauty blender. Honestly, you guys, I have totally picked up way more product than I need, and this definitely you don't need a lot of product for, so that's awesome. I do feel like this is a pretty good match for my skin. I love her foundations because they have a great range of skin undertones to them. And we're just gonna put this all over. It feels absolutely weightless, which I love. It has done a beautiful job on covering up my pigmentation. I definitely feel like I don't need a second coat at all. Let me see real close. It's sitting nicely on my nose and on my forehead, which is great. Okay, so it's doing a little something weird on the nose, but as you know, most of my foundations do. But it definitely has dried down to a matte finish. You can see there's no real luminosity to the skin, which is fine by me, because it doesn't look flat. It just looks more mattified. And I definitely think so far this would be beautiful for mature skin because you don't need very much. It feels weightless on the skin. We're definitely gonna have to see if it sets because it still feels a little bit sticky, but hopefully it'll set in a little bit and we'll be able to see how it goes. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my makeup, and I'll be right back, and we'll see you in natural light. All right, you guys, so here is the makeup all done. We're gonna head outside so you guys can see what this looks like in full daylight. All right, you guys, so here is the foundation in natural light. I absolutely think this foundation is beautiful. Now, the one thing that I will note is it is a little bit drying. Obviously, it says it's a matte formula, so it is going to be a little bit more on the drier side. So if you are more like a skin type like me, I would actually mix it with either an oil or some sort of illuminating primer, which I will actually do the next time. But I would love to see how this wears. I absolutely am loving it so far. It did grab a little bit here, but once I set it with powder and then gave it a good little spritz of like a setting spray or a rehydrating spray, it really kind of melted into the skin and became one. I think it's absolutely flawless, like well done. I am really proud of Laura Mercier doing this and really giving us a solid full coverage foundation that you need the littlest amount to really give you the coverage that you're looking for. And to me, it looks pretty flawless and it looks pretty natural. It doesn't look cakey or heavy, and it definitely dried down and does not feel crazy on the skin. So let's check in a few hours and see how it wears. All right, guys, so we are at about hour 8, and I don't think I'm going to be able to wear this foundation for a full 15 hours, but I think it's held up gorgeously. You can tell it's off of my nose, so I don't necessarily agree with the claim that it's transfer proof or resistant, I guess, because even if you know, touch it just real quick, it does come off, but it's not a big deal for me. But I think it looks really great still overall. I think the skin looks really pretty. It feels weightless. I can't even tell I'm wearing a full coverage foundation. I'm super impressed. The one thing I will note is this foundation, if you have combination oily skin, I'm not going to say normal, but I would say combination oily skin, you are going to die for this foundation. I think this is going to be one of your holy grails. I think you're just going to love this foundation because it has a drier consistency. This formula is much drier. So if you have more normal to dry skin like me, just mix it with a little bit of oil or an illuminizing primer, and I think it'll just be perfect. But it is a little bit drying on the skin. I don't even think you'd need to powder it, to be honest with you, if you are more on that kind. So next time I try it, I'm not going to even powder it. But I definitely needed to spritz my face a couple times today with a little bit of that Smashbox priming water, and just to give it a little bit of hydration that my skin felt like it was lacking. But again, I think it's an overall great foundation. I don't think that you have to work at it to manipulate it to get it to what you want it to do. I'm pretty impressed with it. I love the color range. I love the color selections. It has a very good color selection, and actually it was really easy for me to pick out my color online the first time I got it. So it was really easy for me. I don't know when it'll be in stores, but again, it's available online right now, and I'm super impressed. I definitely be wearing this foundation for sure a lot more often. It has a different consistency to my double wear. It's not as luminous, but it is very similar and consistent in the coverage. So this is definitely more of a drier formula in comparison to the double wear, but it definitely is more in the same feel on the skin. It's weightless. It definitely has the same coverage ability. You only need just a little bit. Same with Estee Lauder's double wear. You only need just a little bit to get this beautiful, flawless finish. So yeah, so overall, 2 thumbs up for me. Really excited to wear this again, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you guys try this out. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Lots of love from me to you. Mwah. Bye, you guys. All right, you guys, so thank you so much for staying to the end. If you're here, then you are one of my heart subscribers that I really value. I just wanted to let you guys know what's going on in my life and where I have been and what it's going to look like for the next month or so for my channel. So basically, my daughter, unfortunately, has been in the hospital for, she was in the hospital for 7 days. She had seizures. We don't know why she had a virus, but I guess it can be kind of common in children to have viruses and have seizures, and so she now is on anti-seizure medication, but she has unfortunately lost the ability to walk and sit up, and her speech is a little slurred, so she is a 24/7 job, which I am more than happy to do, but this is why I've been gone for a while and why my videos will be a little bit more sporadic until she is on the mend. So I really appreciate you guys hanging in there with me. Please keep hanging in. I will be back, and I will be back with a vengeance and a force, but please, if you don't mind, please just sticking with me and bearing with me while we get through this hard time together. I would appreciate any prayers, love, light, all of those good things for a speedy recovery for my little baby girl. But again, thank you so much for staying to the end and really caring. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye.